What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Strictly Casual. We are going to be watching Gotham Knights building a brand new Gotham City, which is a part of IGN First's coverage this month on Gotham Knights. This is a 9.5-minute video-ish about, the new Gotham. So let's get into it. Let's see what we got. Maybe some new gameplay, Ryder?
Oh, yeah. This is my favorite part. Always the city stuff, so I'm excited. Let's do it.
Let's see. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
In the 1650s, 5 families left Europe. Eventually landing on the rain-swept islands that pepper the mouth of what would one day be called Gotham River. Those families, the Waynes, the Cobblepots, the Elliots, the Arkhams, and the Kanes, would build a colonial fort together and sow the seeds of centuries of dominance in the area. Gotham City was born. The city quickly spread beyond its original bounds,
so cool. It looks like
this is just going to be a lore dunk video. This is awesome.
One of those 5 founding families would take root. In the early days, the Kanes established themselves on Gotham's natural harbour, now known as Historic Gotham, tying the family to their new country's military might, building ships and weapons of war. By the 1850s, Gotham
I heard that they have a whole backstory, even though
by the
there's no, it's not in the game at all, but they have a backstory.
The concept art is sick.
Gotham continued to transform over time. In the 1920s, the Elliots took hold of the 20th century's newest means of control, mass media, and built downtown Gotham in a new Art Deco image. By the 1960s, Gotham had a patchwork of industry and architecture. The Arkhams settled in North Gotham, building their famous asylum. Yes, it's in the game, and not as you've previously seen it. The Waynes, meanwhile, built their billions in New Gotham, helping advance the town into a new technological age. Which brings us to the present day, and the Gotham you'll be exploring as Batman's proteges in Gotham Knights.
Ace Chemicals,
an open world as soaked in history as it is by neon light.
Dude, there's gonna be so many Easter eggs.
Shadow. Warner Brothers Games Montreal created that history early in production. A whole new timeline
it looks so cool. It looks great.
Gotham City.
It does look empty though.
It isn't merely window dressing. The timeline informs everything from the plot to the gameplay to the game's biggest mystery, the Court of Owls.
I can't wait for the Court of Owls.
The team didn't just build an open world to play in. It's truly trying to build a city.
I mean, yeah, at night it wouldn't really be that populated.
Yeah, there's no there's no people walking around. Oh, there's a couple right there.
Yeah, some.
Dude, this is sick. Like, first look at the map. Also, look at top left. Something's blurred out.
And the worldview of the families that historically
Yo, they don't reveal that. So gear and abilities.
The 5 boroughs,
Yo, what if it's bike? What if it's the bike?
With
like
the families.
customize it.
The families moved there. They built imposing structures within those districts.
Well, that looks huge.
That's kind of cool.
Around that,
yeah, that is
where
sick.
the identity for those districts really is based off of that family.
Within those boroughs, the team tries to tell stories.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Spider-Man PS4, where
what is this?
If you visit
teleportation?
in real life, it's hard
I think that's
to
his
tell
thing,
some
right?
of that
Yeah, I can
history.
teleport.
So, because we're making a game, really what we want to do is
the music too.
Obviously, reveal
the neon's
some
pretty
of that
tight.
Stuff.
Oh my God,
there's a lot of areas that are kind of stuck in time. Like even.
I hope there's like density with the buildings. Like even this right here going down is so cool.
When
this looks like a
construction, or
this looks like a Destiny-ass like
a little secret room.
Lost sector.
All those things are more interesting for the player than just a modern city. So we tried to have a lot of those areas where it's almost stuck in time, so the player can experience what it was back then.
Bat vision, right? What do they call it?
See how the city evolved.
What's the weird thing coming off the top of his cape? Like 2 layers of cape.
The team has historical and gameplay
aerodynamic when he flies.
For every new environment. Take the Cauldron, built into the Cobblepot's lower Gotham area.
We always would like to tell a story with every borough.
Sick.
There's one specific one that is not necessarily related to the family, but is an effect of some of the projects that those families undertook, which was a mining operation that happened in a riverbed. So they decided to
over-under? We get a
sides of
Joker cameo in this
portion in the water and they dredged it for mining operations. It would attract workers for the mining
Joker's
operation.
The leader
It was low-cost housing. It remained like actually a slum.
The Cauldron's history is written into its walls, with tumble-down buildings and cramped, unplanned streets, all set in the shadow of the more prosperous districts around it.
This awesome skin
is a distinct gameplay choice too.
This spot is kind of like a transition area between the financial district and the south side. So we have like 2 very different themes while being in a
they're gonna try to do like not just like one little city, like different areas.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
I hope it's the player to navigate over.
I think it's gonna be way larger than like Arkham Knight. It looks like it's way more dense.
What's the glowing white lights that are around the city?
Let's see. As efficient as possible. And with
little objectives.
You just kind of spawn the bike.
Just like the Batmobile.
interplay of history and gameplay can be seen across the city. The once beautiful Robinson
Yeah, see, it looks
Park
like you're
is a
actually moving
symbol of
fast.
the city's decay, but it's also an open space
I want him to have
where
like a
your
glider.
usual stealth tactics may no longer work.
It's kind of weird. Are you teleporting nowhere?
Like, is a literally gilded reminder.
They never
air?
cut to where he teleports in the
complete
middle
with
of
a
the air.
museum exhibit about the family inside.
The levels above the heads.
Yeah.
Oh, you can mark them for different characters. So you can mark characters and I can mark characters.
Oh, nice. Oh, this is the Mr. Freeze section, which I'm really looking forward to.
Here either. While this is a new take on Gotham, it includes many references
Come on,
to
teleport
the
in
comic
midair,
books
please.
it's
Yeah,
from.
and
of course,
they keep cutting.
right down to deep cut references like Noonan's sleazy bar from Garth Ennis's Hitman
Noonan's
series.
Oh,
The
wow.
very fabric of Gotham itself acts as an Easter egg. in places.
tight.
Perhaps most interesting is that this Gotham has a public history and a secret history.
Yes.
We already know the game will center on the Court of Owls, a shadowy, manipulative group born of the founding families. Gotham itself.
I hope the
will reflect
gameplay time
that
is long too. I hope it's a long
conspiratorial past,
campaign.
One of the things that we love about the Court of Owls, aside from the fact that it's a new, fresh
I'm sure it'll
addition
be
to the Batman canon,
a
is
substantial
that
like
they
story, but there's gonna be a lot of
threat that
side
is so
Yeah.
embedded,
enemies.
so
That's
intrinsic
true.
to Gotham City.
Like, we have
that
Mr.
even
Freeze as a
Batman
full
doesn't
enemy.
know about.
yeah.
And
But
the
it's a whole
notion of a
storyline.
threat
That's true.
that
That's
is
really
so
cool.
intimately tied to a city that he considers to be his city, that he knows like the back of his
Bloodhaven.
hand, that he's been patrolling for literally decades at this point. That's a very intimidating and scary idea. With that in mind, what we knew is that we needed to give you
it's gonna be
a
so
sense
fun.
of Gotham's history in order to be able
All
to
the
show
enemy
all
types,
the
they
ways
look
in which the
scary.
court is embedded in that. That feeling that Gotham is kind of an adversary.
Oh,
and
wow.
that Court of Owls is the
What is
embodiment
this?
of that, the personification of it.
The phrase
like
commonly
Riddler
used at the
type
studio for
traps
this
and
is
stuff?
that they didn't just build up, creating those hugely visible landmark buildings and stories for
Do they
every
build down?
district.
Yeah.
Loading
But they
sign on the
also
right?
built down.
We started to imagine how the form of the city could be affected by that.
This is great.
And
It's
it
very
started
dense.
Kind of helps suggest
All this
the
gameplay had to get
geography and
approved
urban
by
geography
Rocksteady?
to the city,
Or not
all the
Rocksteady,
way
but,
back to like the
WB?
late 1600s. And
WB?
then we started to think, okay,
Which
what
means
were
there's
the
probably a
major
big
events in history that would
Yes, like
section of the
that
Robin
react to
gameplay
saving.
that's
the Revolutionary War.
like, yes.
Imagine it's
kind of
like main
exploitation of the
Gotham.
West,
It's like,
like
whoa.
the building of the railroads. Like all of these ideas became part of that conversation. And
That's
allowed
kinda
us
cool.
to kind of
Whoa,
build
yeah.
layers of accreted history. And we built it up and we built it down. Like we said, okay, what's
Interesting.
buried under the city?
That's
like,
wild.
What are the hidden secrets that you can find in the course of investigating the Court of Owls?
Yes.
Naturally,
Love
the team
secrets
isn't talking
in
too
DC
much
games.
about what those buried secrets might be, but we see hints of it as we're shown Gotham's open world. A seemingly nondescript building might
This
be
game
a
didn't
gangway
seem
down,
that deep
which
until
leads
like
to a
we've been
tunnel
watching
system
this,
that
like the
leads
last
you
2
into an
weeks.
exit into
Recently,
Gotham.
they've really-
You would never have guessed
Really
that,
worked
for
hard at
example.
showing it more.
We want the Court of Owls to feel like they're involved in everything. If you
What
were to
comic is
go
this?
to a major
I
city
don't know.
in
Maybe
North America,
Dark Knight?
like often they'll build
I don't
a
know.
city on top
I don't know the DC
of
comic.
another one. Like Chicago, like they had the fire.
Oh.
They just built on top of it because it's not worth like rebuilding, destroying, and rebuilding. So what the undergrounds allow us to do is kind of reveal that cross section.
The old
city.
Gotham.
So we have
That's
areas
cool.
like that where you drop in, you keep going, and you see.
Who are you gonna
scenes
main in
that
this game, Ryder?
You didn't know were there. that you
thinking
didn't
either
know the city
Batgirl
was
or-
built on top of.
Probably
And I think
Batgirl.
that's a really cool element.
Yeah.
We try to allow the player to see
Or
kind
maybe,
of behind the scenes
Robin,
of the city,
but
go under the surface, and
Nightwing and Red Hood just don't do it for me. What about you?
High from the bigger landmarks.
The
I don't
result of
like
all
this
work is that
teleportation
this
thing,
take
so
on Gotham
maybe not
aims to
Robin?
feel
Yeah,
like a
that was
place,
wild.
not just a sandbox for
I wanna
spandex
glide
crime
around, I
fighting.
guess.
We've heard
Yeah, the
before that
glider
this
part
is
is
the
cool with
largest
the
Gotham
what Nightwing,
ever
right?
made in game form.
Like,
That's not what the developers
show us
crowd
where
on.
you teleport to, please.
Yeah, in the middle of the air. Why do they
What I
keep
think
showing
is
him?
really
He's
unique
like
to
teleporting to
Gotham Knights is
nowhere.
the density of it. Sometimes I will be
And I don't like Red
searching for
Hood's
something
hop
or
on
fighting
he just hops on thin air.
Yeah.
and not realize how close to me something else is happening.
Okay, so are these
that I
storylines?
want to
Oh, we gotta
interact
check all
with.
that out.
Oh,
dude.
man,
Organ
yeah.
trafficking,
There's just
criminal
such
activity.
a depth
Fast travels?
of
I'm never
nooks
gonna
and crannies
fast
to
travel, though,
explore
Something was blurred
inside
out
our
there
city,
in that
and
screen.
I think
We'll have to go
that's
back and look later.
Okay.
really unique to Gotham Knights.
The idea of a Gotham packed
What?
with references, miniature histories,
What is this?
That's
sinister
part of a
mysteries
cutscene, has
is
to,
alluring.
but still.
After all,
Oh, wait, it
it's
looked
the
like
that went
gameplay.
into gameplay.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's
Backstory,
crazy.
But it's not just the people
That was
living
sick,
there who
dude.
help tell the story, but the city
Oh.
itself.
Oh,
Gotham has been
that's
many
awesome.
things to many people. It's appeared in comics,
Gordon?
movies, and gaming worlds.
Oh, the
It's been
Batman.
reinvented, repeated,
Dun,
traveling through
dun,
time
dun.
with us, from block color 40s issues of Detective Comics to the grey monoliths of Christopher Nolan's trilogy.
Wow.
But all
Nice.
of those versions of Gotham have been snapshots of a city in its current form.
Oh,
Perhaps the
Ryder,
most
I can't
interesting
wait.
thing
This
about
is the
Gotham Knights
ultimate
version
Gotham,
is
they're
that
saying.
We won't just see the city as it is, but hopefully learn what it's been.
How many years after the Arkham games is this?
I don't know. That's interesting. Maybe I don't know why 13 years came up to mind.
We'll be covering Gotham Knights and offering exclusive footage all this month as part of.
That was pretty cool. Ryder, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
I am very intrigued, and I think that there's a lot of hope when it comes to the city. Despite it looking a little desolate, I think that that's kind of something that you sometimes forget about as you're playing. But the density of the levels is going to be fun. I hope there's a lot of secrets to like discover, where there's a secret room or an Easter egg or maybe like a little trophy to get, and it's not just like 1 or 2 rooms. I hope it's like spread out throughout the whole map.
I would love to see areas of Gotham that are like more crime heavy, that don't have a lot of people like walking around, and then like a similar Times Square type dealio, because they have the neon stuff, like a very dense and populated part of it, I guess. Like even in the Batman, you know, like in the first 20 minutes of the movie, there's that scene of him walking. There's tons of people. It's Halloween, everybody's out trick or treating or whatever, and like, oh, I want that in the game too, but I don't know if we're gonna get that. It doesn't look like that at all. But every time I see something about this game, I get more and more excited about it. I've really 360'd on this, or 180'd on this.
No, yeah, for sure. I know what you mean. Yeah, the Mr. Freeze section, seeing that again, I think if there's more side missions, I know there's probably gonna be only a couple that are kind of main, bigger side missions, but when they add kind of more density to the city of like, there's stuff going on and like, you know, the whole city's encapsulated by this frozen storm. I think if they do more like transformative things like that, it's gonna be really cool on how they keep adjusting. You know, it's not gonna just be a static city. It's gonna be changing and stuff. But
it'll be super cool.
Yeah, like you said, Court of Owls, man, it looks cool, and man, they're really gonna get into it. The neon right here. I'm so excited. I have a frame paused, and there's just like so many buildings of neon, and oh, it looks so cool.
I know the neon is something I wouldn't expect too much from a Gotham game, but this could be awesome. Could be great
for sure. Well, are you? That's good for you.
That's it. I'm good. Yeah.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, let us know what you're looking forward to. Who's going to be your main character you're going to play as? Because it seems like they're all pretty different and have their own specialty.
That's right.
But stay tuned. We're going to be playing this, and we'll let you know our thoughts hopefully soon. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.